Konnichiwa, Saito Miki desu. I'm Miki Saito. So today I would like to teach you how to play the song Tulip. It's actually a Japanese song and they call it Tulip. This is a very good song because it has nothing but ryon. So as I always say, ryon is the foundation for kaon. So if you are having issues with kaon, you need to go back and do the ryon, reinforce the foundation better. You might be thinking, I can do ryon, but if you can't do the kaon, maybe your ryon is not good enough for kaon. But that's not enough. You need to have a good foundation, meaning good substance on the tone and not like 80% wind or 60% wind. You need to have a good substance. Now, so even if you consider yourself intermediate or even advanced, you have to always reinforce the foundation for life. So this is a great song for not just beginners, but everyone. I encourage you to learn how to read kanji numbers. 1, 2, 3 are very easy. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. 4, 5, 6, 7 are the only 4 characters you need to learn. And start using the finger number to play the Shinobue, not look at the Western notation. Use the Western notation for rhythm only. Starts with ryon 1. Now, hitting ryon 1 right off the bat is hard. So you would have to practice ryon 1 only. For ryon 1, you need the low resonance. Otherwise, it won't sound at all. You want substance. Versus the difference that I did was I dropped the jaw. I dropped the jaw and created more space in my neck and resonating in the chest. You might think, well, I'm playing Shinobue. What's got to do with my chest? Everything. So because you're not just resonating in the tube. This is your instrument too. Not just this. This is connected. It's all instrument. And this diaphragm is going to push the air up. Not mouth doing. See? When I do this, I'm pushing the air out with my lip or mouth or facial muscles. If you are pushing the air out for Shinobue with your facial muscles, your Shinobue is not going to like it. This is your best friend. You want to please your best friend. Your best friend wants slow air coming out from your stomach. Long distance, not like and fast. Slow. Long distance. No tension. When you do this, you got tension because you're using these muscles. Your Shinobue don't like tension. This is so far away, even if you have lots of tension, it doesn't matter. Shinobue doesn't get affected. You're doing this right here, tone gets affected. The tone gets tight. Shinobue gets tight. So, drop, open your throat, push the air from your stomach. So I look ridiculous when I play. Because if I just play like, that might be better. I look like, but I have to. You know, I can't worry about how I look. I worry about how I sound. How my Shinobue likes my breath or not. My Shinobue likes breath that's open, breath that comes without any obstacle. She did not have to open it. If I'm like this closed, breath is not gonna come in there. You know, I'm closed. Because that's why you can play like this. You learn a lot from your one opening. Because when you don't open this, which a lot of people just like play like this, then your count's gonna sound really bad. Because count really need more, even more space than your own. So if you don't have the space for your own, your count is gonna be really bad. So practice your Ryon one. Ryon one is gonna teach you a lot. If you don't have nice Ryon when you're playing Ripe, you really need to worry about that because it's rather easy. So like for Suzuki, your count is gonna be easier to do. A lot of times when you have a Shinobue that's hard to play a Ryon one, for example, then most likely your kaon would be easier with that Shinobue. It's hard to find a Shinobue that is balanced, like all the notes are there. So practice Ryon 1. For days, probably. If you can't do that, practice like 4 or 5 first. That'll be easier than 1. The first phrase, which is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. That is pretty straightforward, but if that is too hard, break it down to only, and then when you're comfortable with that, you're going to do all 3 in together. I would like you to start using metronome. I know a lot of people are not super crazy about metronome, but it's going to help you so much as you learn your Shinobue. Now, if you have extensive musical background or you play other instruments and your rhythm is really good, you don't have to do that. But if this is your first instrument or you didn't have a lot of musical background, I encourage you to get a free metronome app and start using it right away, right off the bat, because you don't want to develop bad habits. Rhythm is very hard to correct yourself because when your rhythm is off, you don't notice it. But if you're using metronome faithfully, then you can start to really understand what rhythm is. So I put the metronome to 60 beats per minute, and we're gonna together play the first phrase, which is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Off, off. if going back to from here to going back to Ryon 1, that is hard, then you would have to practice this. All right, so that's how you would break it down to small blocks that you're successful. Then you are going to build upon the success. You're going to break it down so you can do it, and then you're going to start adding a little bit more. So if you can do, then you're going to go, then that was 2, 3, then 1. Then you're going to go, so because that is how the song goes. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, off. So that's the first two phrases. So I want you to practice that with the metronome, and you can always slow down the metronome to 58 or 55.